Hello, I am Jana Brady, a geography lecturer at Southern Connecticut State University, and I have had the honor of partnering with Southern's Office of International Education to bring you the Owls of Virtual Flight Conversation Series. It has been such a joy getting to know our participants this summer. I want to thank you all for allowing us into your space and sharing your culture and your community with us. We're all navigating the same experience right now, but we're doing it in vastly different ways, depending on our home country. And that reveals a lot about the values of the society that we come from. Aspects of our material culture, our food culture, and traditional celebrations do that as well. I can't come to see you guys now in China or Chile or wherever it is you are just yet, but viewing your home through your own eyes has been a really wonderful experience for me. I know not all of us are able to reconvene for the call this morning, as some participants have returned to classes, others have gotten jobs or started internships or are doing other things, and we're so happy for them. But I would like to give our friends who are with us today an opportunity to say what's next for them. Can you share with us your upcoming plans? If you have anything exciting going on, anything to plug, we'd love to hear where your next travel destination will be as well, once it's safe to travel, of course. Tabia, can you start us off?
Yes, so for my update travel plan, I think after the pandemic, I would like to go to Japan again, because last time when I went to Japan, I only spent 7 days there, and it's like it's like a package tour to go to so many cities. And this time I would like to travel to there and to know about the culture more, just like when I was talking with the participants for this event. They can tell me a lot of interesting and funny things about their own culture. So this time I would love to just talk more with the inhabitants there to know about their culture more, as I do. I know about the food culture in Chile, maybe in America, maybe in England. I remember the fish and chips, right, Kate? Fish and chips. And there are so many good and wonderful memory for this event. I will remember it forever, and maybe I will go over the recording maybe someday in the future to remember this event. So that's what I want to share. Thank you.
Have you started classes yet? Like, are you going back to university, or what are your plans for the immediate future?
Because I and Sherry are from the same university, but it seems that our plans are, have some difference, because I am a senior right now, so we are going to have online classes next term. And I know about that Sherry will going back to school to have lessons in person. So maybe there is some difference between different grades, but for me, I think that online classes is suitable for me, because I have several internships next term. So I will try to, complete both tasks as I can do. Yeah. So how about you guys?
Yeah, I've just started all online classes. I know that people went back to Southern's campus, but I preferred to stay home, and I still worry about exposure. And so we started classes on Wednesday, and so far I think the professors have done a great job adapting. Last semester was throwing everyone into the deep end, but I think this semester people have kind of figured it out, and I'm excited for that. And then I'll also maybe go up to a family house in New Hampshire, enjoy some skiing and winter stuff as that approaches. But somewhere I want to travel after all of this is over. I really liked learning about Armenia. I was very impressed. Like, it just seems like a culture that I know very little about. So I definitely want to go learn more from them. And actually, Japan is really high on my list as well. I have some family friends who used to live there, and you know, everyone I know who's been there loves it. So yeah.
Mhm. Well, hi everyone. Oops, sorry, that was my laptop saying the time. Yeah, I think, like you said, Armenia sounds really nice, especially our last conversation about food. I really enjoyed that. I graduated this year actually. I just received my degree certificate. Yeah, it's a bit sad we don't have a ceremony, but where I wish to go next is actually my home country, South Tome. I really hope to go. I really hope everything's a bit not completely normal, but more stable by December because I really wish to have spend New Year's there and Christmas with my family. And yeah, I hope that I would be able to do that. But I would really also love to maybe next summer to travel around Asia because, well, I met a friend there in Connecticut. When I went in Connecticut, my roommate was actually from South Korea, and she always told me to come back, to come there and visit her. So I really wish to go there and visit her and even visit other areas of Asia that seem really interesting from participating in these conversations also. But I think just anywhere in the world right now would be interesting to visit. Mainly thanks to this group and you guys sharing your insights and things that you wouldn't even find online, I think. Like I don't know, the traditions and specific examples you gave. Did anyone felt that?
Dennis, if you visit China, Shanghai, you can visit me. Hello, Sherry.
I put on my list.
Yeah, please come to Shanghai. I will give you a tour. And also, did you just say you are from South Africa? Is
Sao
it
Tome.
South Africa, right?
No, it's Sao Tome. It's an island in West Africa.
Sorry, my bad.
No, don't worry.
I always wanna go to South Africa.
Mm.
Okay, I will come to visit you anyway. I want to travel around the world. So you're on my list too.
That's good. What are you doing now? What are you doing next?
I guess it's South Africa because one of the participants he told me that in South Africa when he feels like he wanna fishing, he just go fish and catch a fish and boil it and eat. I think it is kind of cool because when you feel like you wanna eat a fish, you will go shopping. But in South Africa, they just go fishing, so it's kind of cool. And I always have a thing for Africa because I have been to Kenya in 2018. I went there for volunteering, so I really love Kenya. I really love Africa, so I want to explore more. And as for my plan for next semester, I guess I will go back to school in person because we have lessons on campus. So I would study hard because I have a plan for graduate program in America. So I'm already preparing for GRE exam and something like that. I want to work hard, work hard, play hard, Chinese student style. Also, I hope to get another internship as a real journalist because I always have a dream for journalist, but I have tried before in a TV station as part-time journalist, but it's not kind of what I have expected. It's kind of it's not like a real journalist, go around the city and dig something new. That is what I'm expecting. It's like writing stories about others. That's what I dream of. So I would like to try more about it to see what works for me. Yeah. Also, I have a dream for being a backpack. Like I want to travel around Europe after I graduate from my university, and I would like to travel around the world for 3 months and like maybe without my parents' permission, but I would love to do this because it's like an adventure for me, and I truly believe in you only live once. It's my motto. So I would say if I have time and I can like take my time before getting into the society, getting into the real job, I would like to explore the world. So that's pretty much about me. Yeah. And if you want to visit Shanghai, please contact me. I will tag my Instagram below.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Very nice to meet you guys. So who want to be the next? Katie, I want to hear from you.
Actually, Sherry, I actually really want to travel to South Africa as well. I think my next travel aspirations because Nicole, who was in my group, Group B, she told us about like some insane cuisines. There was one called bunny chow, which was like you would cut the inside of half a bread loaf out and kind of like fill it with like a stew. So that sounds like so interesting. And I've never been to Africa, so I think Africa is definitely on my travel list.
We can play it together.
Pardon? We'll go together, yeah.
Yeah, please go on. Sorry.
Yeah. But in the near future, I've actually booked to go to Iceland for New Year. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Iceland, and we have no participants from there, but it's absolutely amazing. I've been before, and that's kind of why I rebooked it. Fingers crossed by the time like December comes, everything's kind of COVID safe, because I know like as of right now, you have to quarantine when you get to Iceland. So I don't know what would be the situation if that was still the same when I was due to go. But yeah, in terms of plans, I've actually graduated this summer as well. Woo, I got my certificate too, Denise. It's like the best thing. My mum like started crying and then was like driving around to all the family houses showing them. It was really funny. But yeah, and I think graduation's being postponed till March, which is nice. I think it's really nice that the university is still going to do it for us. Because it's like a really special day. Kind of like the greatest achievement ever, isn't it? So I think I'm kind of just job hunting now. I graduated in psychology, so I'm looking at mental health related jobs, and I think, to be honest, I don't think I'll have much trouble finding one, because unfortunately, as a result of COVID, I think mental health would have like skyrocketed. So I'm kind of ready to get completely stuck in like that sector, and just gain experience and kind of like work up the ladder. Haven't ruled out a master's yet, but I don't know if I'm ready to start studying again, because it's been an intense 4 years. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I would love to like share details with everyone, so like we can kind of contact each other and see each other. I'm from Liverpool, so we have a lot of history and a lot of culture here. So if anyone wants to come to my city, then you are more than welcome.
Mhm.
Before COVID, I actually had plans to go visit the UK for a semester abroad. So for my plans, that's actually the closest next travel I'll be doing. But now after hearing all of you guys share it, I want to come visit you too. I want to visit all of you. I definitely want to visit everybody. Right now, I actually just moved in to my campus at Southern. So far, so good. But I'll keep you guys posted. If you want to follow me, I'll put my information also in the chat.
Where were you going to go to in the UK, Emma?
Well, I was going to go to Queen Margaret University in Scotland, and I was also just gonna like go back and forth and visit Liverpool and all the other like areas in the UK just because it's all very fascinating to me. I figured like if I picked one location, I could travel to
Yeah.
other.
So do you think that's gonna go ahead, but it's like just being postponed?
The university offered me to go this semester, but all classes would be online anyways. So I figured I wouldn't get like the same experience. So I'm hoping to go maybe in the spring or if anything next fall. So if you're around, Katie, I'll come and say hi.
Of course. We could meet halfway, like London or somewhere. Actually, that's
Yeah.
totally not halfway for me. That's like in England too. But I'll go to Scotland.
I have no idea.
I know, I think this like forum has really helped me like geography wise kind of like learn more about where everyone is because I actually have no idea and I've done quite a bit of traveling but I don't know where like places are on like a global map, so I've been like proper researching everywhere when people are saying, especially Armenia as well, is Gohar from there, isn't she? So yeah, it's been really cool. What about you, Gohar? What are your plans? Do you
Hey guys, hey, I will just turn on my video in a couple of minutes. My connection is not so good, sorry for that. But actually, Katie, I was planning to have my master's degree in either UK or US. So most probably I will visit UK for a couple of yes.
Good.
Yeah, but I don't know, maybe after, so this is my final year, so, and most probably I will take a gap year because as Sherry said, I'm very interested in finding deep, like digging deeper into myself and understanding what exactly I want, and also do some traveling and gain some experience so that later on when you are doing the master's degree, you have that um, um, some problems that you would like to solve with your, I don't know, research or something. And my for the nearest future, I guess my travel destination will be inside of Armenia because we have a very rich history. And there are a lot of places that I, as an Armenian, haven't visited as well, historical monuments that I would really love to do. So, and especially since for Armenia, it is kind of hard to go abroad, I guess for the nearest future, my travel destination will be mostly in Armenia and different cities. We have a lot of churches which have been constructed maybe I don't know, 500, 600, 800 years ago. And these are really like breathtaking places that I would like to visit. And if you ever are in Armenia, do please contact me. You can, we can actually put our links to social media in our chat, and later on keep in touch and connect with this media. So that's it.
Oh, Goa, just wanted to say that I took the same. I'm planning to do the same as you, taking a gap year this year before going for masters because I think it won't be the same thing. Like here, often in the UK, you have placement or internship for your masters, and this year my internship got cancelled. So I can't imagine doing that again for a master's degree, and also to decide what I really want to do. So you're not alone.
Yeah, and actually because of this difficulty of having a visa and getting one, I guess I figured out I was planning to actually apply for master's degree like this year so that I can start my master's next fall. But after thinking a bit deeply, I understood that it will be much more difficult now. So I guess the gap year would be the best choice. So I don't know. What about you guys? Do you plan anything on this?
I'm actually planning on applying for my master's this fall as well to start next fall. And, that's just because I still have one semester of undergraduate. But there is a lot of in-person stuff that goes along with the whole program. So I'm hoping that, maybe we have a vaccine and things are more normal at that point. But it'll be interesting too to, see where I end up, because I think you guys have opened my eyes to the fact that, I could do grad school anywhere. So thank you all for that.
Yeah, actually, if you are interested in pursuing American kind of education, I would say that our university would be a great choice, because our graduate school was founded much earlier than the undergraduate school, and I would actually guarantee you good quality of education. And also, so if you ever plan to come to Armenia for an education, do please text me.
Yes, I mean, I don't know if you had heard prior, but Maria was in my group, and it was just really fascinating to learn about different holidays and eating traditions. Something that really stuck with me was this like soup that you guys traditionally, I guess, eat kind of right around when quarantine started. And it's like very fatty, and you're supposed to eat it for breakfast so that you can work it off the whole day. And you're like, you drink like vodka with it and stuff. And
yeah. Did she tell you what it's made of, actually?
I'm not quite remembering. She might have, but can you remind me?
Yeah, okay. I can't tell you. I don't know how it's in English, actually, but I don't know. Maybe Maria would do a greater job, because I'm not good at explaining these ingredients. But yeah, I'm so sorry that Maria couldn't join us today. But I guess she's having a class at this time, so that's why. But definitely we are organized. We are actually, I guess, one of the nations that have the most holidays. So we are very, very actively celebrating each holiday with a lot of tasty food.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Has everyone else been able to share?
Share what? Sorry, Danielle. What were you?
Oh, I was just wondering, like, I don't recognize some of the names in the call, so I'm not sure if they're an advisor, a student, but I just wanted to make sure everyone, got to share their future plans and where we want to travel.
Thank you, Danielle. I think Patricio, if you could share with us what your future plans are and travel as well, like Danielle said. We'd love to hear it.
Hi, everyone. Well, I think in the near future, I'm aiming to get a master on renewable energy systems, and I'm planning on studying in Germany. So, one of the main goals I have to reach is to learn German. I'm on that, and I don't know. I always have the plan of leaving my country and studying and working out of my country. So I guess that by now I'm just trying to learn German and trying to leave as soon as I can. I guess that's my near future plans.
Why would you like to leave, Patricia, sorry.
Because I never had the goal to stay in my country. I don't think my country is exactly too, I don't know how to say it, but the renewable energy systems here in Chile are not too advanced as there are in some other countries. So I think it will be a richful experience for me to develop myself in other situations like that.
That's a really cool subject and important, I think, to study. So it's really good that you're doing that, Patricio. I think, you know, climate change is a very real and significant threat. So obviously renewable energy contributes to kind of helping tackle that. That's really cool. I think I'd love to study that if I had a chance.
Thank you.
Do you think you'll ever return to Chile and use kind of what you've learned from other countries?
For now, I don't have the plan to return into Chile once I left, but everything can happen. It's possible that I use all the things I learn outside and come again here and make something bigger. But everything can happen.
Is there anywhere, that maybe you've heard of in the talks, that you want to travel once everything is lifted and maybe there's a vaccine?
Before I leave to Europe, I would like to visit some countries here in South America, maybe Ecuador, Peru. I have traveled a lot past years, but when I started the university, everything got a little more complicated. So I would like to travel a little more before everything gets a lot more difficult.
Yeah, that, same thing happened to me, like before university. I think I had a lot more freedom, but I think the school also kind of helped me figure out the best plans. And, right now it's just everything's complicated, but we're figuring it out.
Please get me out of the adult life.
Oh my goodness.
Does anyone have, well, actually, this is like a question to everyone. Something they like have learned or discovered or kind of taught themselves or found like within themselves, or like something they can do or enjoy or dislike during lockdown that they think they will take like into their future with them now?
Do you want to start?
I didn't understand the question.
So have you like either found like a new hobby like cooking or exercise, or you've discovered that you actually really enjoy reading, or you enjoy watching TV shows, or you don't actually enjoy doing certain things that you have previously done throughout your life, and you've kind of realized that during lockdown, so you will take that into your future and maybe change it or like kind of avoid it? Does that make more sense?
Yeah, so I actually, towards the end of last semester, I found a big discount on a paddleboard yoga teacher certification. And I'm already a certified yoga teacher, but I have always wanted to be a paddleboard yoga teacher. So when I found that opportunity, immediately, hopped right on it, and I've, very close to completing my certification. It's, online, you have to submit a bunch of videos and that kind of thing. But next summer, I'm hoping to really launch a paddleboard yoga studio and, kind of have that on the back burner as a future job in addition to, what I'm going to school for. So that was one of the best things that could have happened to me.
That's so cool, Danielle. So is that yoga on a paddleboard?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
On a paddleboard lying down, like never mind doing all these crazy yoga moves.
You'd be surprised. They can be very stable, and you also don't start students out standing on one foot, because I don't think I could even stand on one foot on a paddleboard. You start out on the board, like lying or sitting, and very slowly, and work your way up to maybe standing. So it's nothing too crazy, but every time I tell people, they're like, what? I can't even stand on a paddleboard.
I just had to Google that to see what kind of things they can do. Oh, that's cool.
Yup. Thank you.
I think what you said, something interesting, that during lockdown you realize you have more time to do things or learn or expand your horizon of hobbies and things like that. So I think maybe I realized that. Doesn't mean I've done that much, but at least I realized that now with lockdown. And also you notice that you have so much opportunities online, which is something that I plan to use more even after lockdown, because there's so many courses or just teaching or everything's online now. How about you, Katie? You gave the example.
I know, yeah, I'm actually thinking about it now. I think, yeah, probably like that downtime that in your day-to-day life you don't usually have. Like as humans, we're just constantly working on like this clock, aren't we? And it's like it's so natural to kind of just like wake up and study, and if you've got a job, and then it's like this cycle. So I think just to step back from it and actually realize that there is a lot of time to do things that are important, that might not even be anything, just totally relaxing. I think I realized that. And then another one was reading, which I know is funny because I've literally got a university degree, but not like academic reading, just kind of like reading for enjoyment. I've never really done that. Because I used to say I didn't have time, and again, probably like a silly excuse, but I used to always think there was like something else I needed to be doing. So I've really enjoyed reading, and I've went through a few books now. So yeah, I've enjoyed that.
I highly recommend, especially for people who just graduated, the book Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I can write it in the chat. But I think it's a great book that kind of teaches you how to listen to your intuition, and kind of helps you figure out what you want for the future. So I'll write that in there.
During quarantine was go to a lot of different national like parks and like state beaches. We couldn't really like travel that much like outside of our state, and we still can't. So being able to like take the little day trips to like explore like my like home state a little bit more was really interesting. And it actually like started because one of our first conversations here, I think Katie, you were talking about how like beaches and like parks were like the only thing open for you as well. And so I was like, oh, I have nowhere to go. And so I started looking up my like state parks and beaches, and that's how I kind of got into it. So yeah, like definitely getting more like into nature and like seeing like more of like my own state before like actually traveling, like not even just like internationally, but also like in the US is really cool.
Yeah, I think we all got like a real taste for life without like social activity. No, not social activities, because I guess if you went with like your family, but like bars, restaurants, like game places, cinemas, life without them, and it was actually really lovely, like just for a brief period. Like don't get me wrong, I missed all the food places, I really missed them, but I think just like those nature spots or bike rides and walks and places like that, which you don't usually do, yeah, really nice to get like a little taste of them.
What is something that you guys like are looking forward to once everything is like completely COVID free and everything's open back up?
Nightclubs. Kidding. But I think festivals and mass gathering before it's more for the environment, the festivals environment, or even just I'm trying to think other environments, but just I think things similar to that would be really good. For example, I think people who like football, they will be really excited to go see football games again. So I think I would miss the atmosphere of mass gathering and social event like that. That's what I miss or look forward more to. How about you?
I'm really looking forward to, just being able to hang out with family and friends again and, not worry and wear masks and be really far apart. And I feel like, during this time, I've also reached out to people who I haven't seen in a while, and I'm like, I miss you. Like, I just, I want to see them, but it's, you're so far outside of each other's circles. It's just, it won't work to, see each other. I'm looking forward to just being able to hang out with people again and, go to a restaurant or a coffee shop. And also, like, I don't know if you guys have had crazy dreams about, COVID and, like the other night, it just like everything was normal. And then I remembered COVID and, then I started panicking. And so I'm looking forward to not having those dreams anymore. Not like and even when I'm reading books or watching movies, I'm like, oh my God, they're not social distancing. They're not wearing masks. Like, I'm looking forward to not always thinking about like they have to be like how can they just live normal lives? So yeah. Sherry, do you have anything that you're looking forward to?
Sherry, you're muted.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Because actually life in Shanghai is already be back to normal. People can actually do not wear masks when we are walking on the streets, but we have to wear masks when we walking into a building or a railway station or anything else. But life is kind of normal here. We can hang out with friends. We can go visit Disneyland and something like that. So I think I have done pretty much what I always want to do, like hanging out and something. But I think this pandemic time really taught me a very important lesson, is that I wasn't actually a workout person. I hate workout pretty much. But after that, I started to realize that it is so important to keep your mental health. But the first step is to keep your physical health, and then you can keep your mind health and your soul health. So it is so important to do more workout. So after that, I went to try some kickboxing. So now I have a hobby of kickboxing, and I'm fasty. I'm really fasty about it. And yeah, I think it is a really big change in my life, and a big change that pandemic has taught to me. Yeah. I don't know. I really think that the pandemic maybe will go with us for a long time, a really long time, maybe in these years. So maybe we should live with it. It's kind of hard, but I think why not to embrace the new norm and live our life? I think we can. We have the adaptation to any changes, because we are the smartest species in the world. So I think if we cooperate with each other, if we just accept and embrace the new norm with our creativity, I think we can work it out. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Preach!
Yay!
That was so lovely and so true. Yeah, I think it's about feeling like a collective and all working together and trying to like ensure that we, if anything was to happen like this again, we all deal with it better, because it's been like a complete catastrophe, hasn't it? But we all seem really positive, and we took a lot of positive things from the situation, so that's nice.
It's also, I think it is pretty bad when pandemic strikes us. The government, they are trying to point out faults into different countries. It's like they're always criticizing another country. I don't think it is a good way. I know it's a kind of smart way to transfer the controversy into another country. Like you can transfer the controversy, but it is not good in a long run, because after all, we are all human beings, and that's why we are having this meeting. We need to communicate. We need to have a common sense. Yeah. I think we are pretty.
We'll be running the country.
What? No. No. I just want to be a journalist. That's all.
Tabia, what about you?
I think that I have some. Are you tapping on me? I have some, internet connectability. I cannot hear your question. Could you pardon the question for me?
Yeah, so the question is, what are you looking forward to when everything is COVID free? Like when there's no more?
So when everything is go back to normal, do you mean by that?
Yeah, correct.
I see. Thank you. I think that there's quite a lot of things to expect after everything go back to normal, because I have been locked myself at home for about several months without socializing with friends, because everybody was busy with some examinations and tests. Myself is preparing for the IELTS test, and as you have talked before, I think that most of you have the plan to apply for a master degree abroad, and I also have the plan, but apply the master degree in Hong Kong, in China. So that's my personal plan, and I think those tests and also the coronavirus has locked us at home, and I haven't seen my good friends for maybe a term. I think a semester. I haven't seen them, so maybe the first thing I would like to do is in our national holiday, maybe after the life is go back to normal, I will go to see my friends and spend more time with them. So yeah, this is my plan and the best thing I would like to do.
Awesome, thank you.
You guys have really been wonderful in sharing and communicating some kind of personal things about yourselves. And I really, really appreciate that. I think that, let's see, I'm very excited because I get to return to campus today and teach my very first face-to-face class since March. So, I don't know what it's going to be like to try and lecture with a mask on, but I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm very excited about it. Well, anyway, I think I would like to take this opportunity to thank you guys again for joining us. I know for me anyway, waking up really, really early to talk to each one of you has been a bright spot in this otherwise really kind of grim time. And I know I speak for Dr. Heidkamp and the Office of International Education when I say that we really, really appreciate all of you. And we wish you guys good health and the absolute best in your upcoming semester and very safe travels. I hopefully can return to South Africa. I go every year in December, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to return to South Africa. So when you guys want to take a trip there, and I think we've identified a lot of really amazing places that weren't on my travel map before either, but they certainly are now. So I really, really appreciate you guys for joining us. And yeah, I hope you have a really great semester or whatever your future plans may entail.
Thank you for organizing all of this.
You know what? I'm so glad that we were able to really make something of this program and give students an opportunity to have, you know, these connections that we wouldn't have had otherwise. For me as a geographer as well, right? Every time I have any break, the first thing I do is plan somewhere to go or somewhere to see something new. It doesn't have to be international, like Gohar said. You know, there's plenty of things in my own community that I'm not familiar with or haven't had an opportunity to visit. So I think this pandemic has given us that opportunity, and this program has given us the opportunity to see the world through other people's eyes, which has been really wonderful. But actually, right now, I'm saying that Effa has joined us. So Effa, yay! I don't want to end this without getting to hear from her. So Effa, if you are available, can you share with us what your future plans are this upcoming semester, if you have anything exciting on the horizon, and if you could tell us also maybe where your first travel destination will be once this whole thing blows over?
Hi, I'm sorry I was late. I'm not in my hometown, so it's been pretty hectic around here. Well, we're talking about future plans. I had a meeting earlier, and the doctor always says that the future is uncertain. So I guess the next destination would be my university because I haven't been there in like so long, in a few months. So that would be my next destination. But when it comes to maybe traveling, I would probably go somewhere nearer, Singapore maybe. I guess, I hope. I missed most of the conversation, I guess.
Was there anyone in your small group that, you know, lived in a country or talked about something that really fascinated you?
Yes, actually, Sherry. Because Sherry is nearer to me, some sort, because she's also in Asia. So it fascinated me that we have a lot more in common than I thought. Even though we're like thousands of miles away, but we have a lot more in common than I thought. And it fascinated me, the last meeting that she was talking about. She was talking about her job, which right now is in public relations. And I found that fascinating because I'm also majoring in public relations, and now she's working as public relations, and she's able to work virtually, and I'm not able to work right now. So I guess I find that fascinating because, you know, this whole COVID-19 situation has been a challenge for us, and I admire Sherry for being able to work virtually in this situation.
I love you too.
Well, I'm very glad we were able to get you to join us, even if it's just kind of at the end here. It's great to have all the pieces kind of come into place. We've gotten to know each other so well over the past 3 or so months that we need to put like kind of a point on it, or a period on the end of this program, and find out where everybody goes off to. But, you know, luckily it's 2020 and it's the world of, you know, it's a crazy time in the world, and we have all of these new and innovative ways to stay connected. So it's not just Facebook anymore. We can actually do this outside of the program as well. So I hope that you guys will leave your contact information with each other, so you're able to really put these plans into place in the future. And, you know, maybe not this semester won't be a great time for international education, but certainly it will return in the future. And you know, if you decide to go somewhere, the great news is you already have someone around the world that, yeah, Sherry says me. please know that we will take care of you. It will be great. And I know we've had some students that have had expressed interest in the future and perhaps coming to study with us, and that would truly be wonderful. We would absolutely love to have all of you. So in any event, thank you again so much for joining us today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful upcoming semester.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.